Hello and welcome to the Dawn Show. Dawn Stensland-Menti here. So today we're going to talk about your money and making the most of it with investor coaching. And then later, a lot of fun with what's new at the Free Library of Philadelphia with our hottie library ladies who we love when they pay a visit here to the Dawn Show. But my first guest is Brendan McGee, who's the president and founder of Inevitable Wealth Coaching. Welcome. Coach McGee, as you're called.
Thank you, Dawn. Good to be here.
Well, let's talk about IRAs.
Okay.
Because everything is not created equally when it comes to IRAs. You have little kids, 3 and 4 years old, into Thomas the Train today. Life goes by quickly, and you want to make sure you're investing properly.
Absolutely.
What is an IRA, and why is it good?
Well, the main thing an IRA gives you is it gives you tax-deferred growth for as long as I've going to be investing, and if I follow the rules, meaning I don't take any money out before 59 and a half, it builds tax-deferred. I pay taxes on it when I take it out. That is the one catch, though, is as opposed to other investments, it's taxed at income tax rates, not capital gains. Income tax rates being much higher than capital gains tax. So that's one of the big things to avoid with taxes or with IRAs.
So let's talk about some do's and don'ts of the IRAs. What should you do?
Well, let's just say for the sake of argument, your goal is one day to pass it on to your children. I mean, our grandparents and our parents have been good savers. There's something like $57 trillion in qualified IRA type accounts projected in 2020. So one of the goals is to make sure that in passing it on, the IRS doesn't get it, your money goes to your children. And one of the keys is to bring the kids into a meeting. Nobody's ever comfortable talking about money, especially with mom and dad, but bring them into a meeting such that they know how these IRAs have to be titled in order to avoid taxation, because it's pretty easily, you could fork over a lot of money in taxes that you didn't want to see go to the government.
And so a lot of times you'll bring in generations with the adult children and so on and bring them together to coach them. But give me the doomsday scenario.
Doomsday scenario is, let's say for the sake of argument, you would think it's very common if the doomsday scenario is here, let's just say for the sake of argument, I'm lucky enough, I inherited $200,000 in an IRA. Let's say I just make one mistake for the sake of argument. Let's say I ask my mom's investor to transfer the money into my personal IRA. Well, every dime of it is 100% taxable at that stage.
So you thought you were going to get 200 grand, but you owe 56 grand in taxes.
That's if you're married, filing jointly, and then single, and so forth.
You're owing 66 grand if you're single.
You're out 66 grand. And here's the thing with the IRS, they're not kind. They don't give you any do-overs.
Okay, so if you make that mistake, you're done.
You make any mistake, you're done. And you're going to come up with a lot of money.
I know the bottom line here is that these can be complicated, that you can avoid those taxes if you have the right coaching, if you know what to do.
Right.
But what's the bottom line that you would say with an IRA?
I would say with an IRA, make sure, again, if I'm going to pass it on to the next generation, make sure I have named beneficiaries, not to my will, not to a trust, named beneficiaries, because if I don't have that, I lose all kinds of benefits in terms of continuing the compounding of interest. So again, make sure I have named beneficiaries, make sure my beneficiaries can find those beneficiary forms, because if they can't find them, what do? Just go back to the IRS and say, we tried to do it right, you know?
Well, to do it right, Brendan McGee, thank you so much for joining us. Investor Coaching Series right here, discovering your true purpose for money. Here's one coming up if you'd like to join Brendan. Tuesday, February 25th, 6 to 8 p.m. at the Eastgate Center in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And there's the phone number, 610-446-4322, or obviously CoachGee.com. And thank you so much,
Thank you for
Coach
having me.
McGee. We appreciate it. We'll be right back here on The Dawn Show.